All right, last lesson of the year is 10.7, graphing y equals mx plus b. The next lesson is test/summer. All right. So today we're going to be able to identify the slope and y-intercept of an equation and graph the equation using slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form definition is down here. And we're going to come to that in just a moment. Okay. So this first one says graph the following rule by using a table and then finding the x and y-intercepts, which is what we've been doing. So for our x, let's pick 2. So 2 times, this is 2 times x minus 4. Forgot to write that in. Okay, so 2 times our x, which is 2, minus 4. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So 2, 0. All right, let's pick 3, because that seems easy. 2 times 3 minus 4. Well, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. So 3, 2. We'll pick 0. So 2 times 0 minus 4. So 2 times 0 is 0 minus 4. I could change that into adding the opposite. So 0 plus negative 4 would be negative 4. So 2, negative 4. And then we'll do negative 1. 2 times negative 1 plus negative 4. I'm just going to switch it to adding the opposite right away. Okay, so 2 times negative 1 would be negative 2. Oops, I just hit that. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, plus negative 4 would be negative 6. So my ordered pair would be negative 1, negative 6. Okay. If we're going to do it by finding the x and y intercepts, for my x-intercept, I would say y has to be 0. So I'm going to plug in 0 for y. Say 2x minus 4, and then I would solve. So to get rid of subtracting 4, add 4, add 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. 2x divided by 2, divided by 2. X equals 2. Okay, so my x-intercept would be 2, 0. Now for my y-intercept, I'd say x equals 0. So I'd say y equals 2 times 0 minus 4. That looks a heck of a lot like this one here. So y equals 0 minus 4. So y equals negative 4. So 0, negative 4. So we actually had both these points over here. So 2, 0 is here. That's on the x-axis because it's the x-intercept. Y-intercept is 0, negative 4, so that goes on the y-axis. And then I can fill in with the rest of these points. So 3, 2, right 3, up 2. 2, negative 4, so 2. Why did I say 2, negative 4? That should have been 0, negative 4. Whoops. And then negative 1, negative 6. So left 1, down 6. So there's our handy dandy. I'm going to use a pink pass to help me with my straight line today. Don't know where my orange folder is. And there's our line. So something interesting to see is that this negative 4, we could have gotten that right here, this negative 4 here. Okay, because when I do 2 times, if there's anything here, anything times 0 is itself, so whatever this is, it's going to be my y-intercept. Another interesting thing to look at is my slope, if I think about my rise over my run. So here if I rise, I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. I end up back on that line, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So our rise is 2 over 1, which is really 2. Whoops, I couldn't see that. Okay, and that is really right here. Okay, and that turns out to be the pattern every time. So it says slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b. Okay, where m is so this guy right here, what we multiply that x by, changes each time. It makes it go up and over. So that's going to be our slope. And b is the y-intercept. What we add on is the y-intercept. So that's going to make graphing real easy, hopefully, is the idea. Okay, so here we go for the first example. It says graph the following: y equals 2/3 x plus 4. So underneath this, I'm going to write y equals mx plus b. Okay, so our m, grab the wrong highlighter, is next to this x. So what's next to the x? 2/3. So my m is 2/3. And now my b is what I'm adding on. I didn't want blue. I keep grabbing blue. B is what I'm adding on, and that's this 4. So my b is 4. So first step is to always have our starting point, which is to plot the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is 4. I'm going to start by plotting that 4. Okay, then I'm going to use the slope. The slope tells me directions. It tells me rise and run as a fraction. Our slope is already a fraction, this 2/3. So 2 would be in the top and 3 would be in the bottom. So I'm going to rise 2, run 3. Just like how we did last lesson, except now we're starting from this point. So we're going to rise up 2 over 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to show that again. Up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Okay, another way I could have done that is go in the opposite direction. So down 1, 2, left 1, 2, 3. That way it's still going up. Down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Just need at least 2 points to draw your line. So if you didn't get those ones, that's okay. And then use your straight edge to draw your nice straight line. And that's it. That's how we graph that. Okay, back page. All right, so we're going to say y equals mx plus b. Okay, so our m is what's right next to the x, which in this case is that negative 1/5. So my m is negative 1/5. Okay, and my b is what I add on. That's going to be 2. Okay, so I'm going to plot that y-intercept. My y-intercept goes on my y-axis right here. So the y-intercept is 2. That's the y-intercept. Okay, so up 2. Okay, now I'm going to rise and run. So my slope is negative 1/5. So that means I'm going to go down 1, right 5. So down 1, right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, another way I could have done that is by going up 1 and then left 5. Up 1, left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we draw a handy dandy line through those points. Using the other side of my pass, which I didn't mean to do. There we go. I kind of missed it that time. That's okay. You get the idea. There's some eraser underneath that. All right, number 3. Now this one, if we look at y equals mx plus b, does this look like it? No. Why? Because the y is not by itself. So we're going to first solve the equation for y. So I'm going to draw my line down the equal sign. We're going to get rid of this 5x. I want this y by itself. So to get rid of adding a positive 5x, we're going to add a negative 5x. If I do it to one side, I do it to the other side. So I get y equals, and I can't actually add those together, so 2 plus negative 5x. But we want it to look like y equals mx. So we want that x term to come first. We're going to switch those around. So y equals negative 5x plus 2. Okay, now it looks like y equals mx plus b. All right, so my m is what's right next to that x, the coefficient. So in this case, that's going to be this negative 5. Okay, my b is what I'm adding on, which in this case is 2. Okay. So my m is negative 5. My b is 2. So I'm going to start by plotting that 2. It's the same as last time, so up 2. Okay, and then I'm going to use my slope. My slope this time is just -5, so I'm going to do -5, and then run is 1. We can always put it over 1. So if I go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, ran out of space. I'm going to go down 5 instead. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it has to be a negative slope. So if I go this way 1, it's going to go uphill. Uphill means positive, so it can't go left 1. It has to go right 1. Because now it goes downhill. Okay. And draw a line. There we go. My line was a little off, but that's okay. All right, last one, number 4. Same idea, we gotta solve for y. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this positive 4x by adding a negative 4x. If I do it to one side, do it to the other side. All right, now when I write this next part, I'm going to keep this minus. That's really going to turn into a negative 5y. I'm going to just write this 4x first, so negative 4x plus 10. So rather than switching it around later, I'm just switching it now. Okay, y is still not by itself, so I have to get rid of that -5, and I'm multiplying by -5. So to undo multiplying by -5, we are going to divide by -5 on both sides. And when I say both sides, I mean like everything divided by -5. So I end up with y equals negative divided by negative is a positive, so this is going to be positive 4 over positive 5x plus 10 divided by -5 is negative 2. Okay, so our m is that 4/5, and our b is negative 2. So I'm going to start by plotting that b, so down 2. And then my slope, rise and run. Rise is 4, run is 5. So I'm going to go up 4 over 5. So up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's positive, so I'm going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do that again. Up 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I could go the other direction. Down 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should make a nice straight line. And it's a positive slope, so it should be going up, which it is. So that's just always a good way of checking to see if you did it right. Is just checking that slope direction. Remember, positive goes up, positive. And it's a positive slope, so it should be going up. Okay? Slope-intercept form must look like y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. When graphing, you might need to solve for y. So those last two problems, we had to get y by itself first. Okay? And then we graph, or we plot the y-intercept. Plot is just another word for graph it. Okay? From there, we use our slope to rise and run to plot that next point. All right, that's it. You completed your last notes. And it's exactly 14 minutes. Bye.